A lot of us mistake niceness for kindness, but they're not the same. In this video, I'm going to show you the difference between niceness and kindness and why nice people don't grow. But first, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the love and the support. If you're just coming across my video or my channel for the first time, my name is Deyi-Daniel and I'm building a community of 100 million people who are crazy about growth. On this channel, I film about personal, career, and business growth. You be part of this community, so subscribe. So what's the difference between niceness and kindness? Usually, kindness is driven by genuine care and empathy. It comes from loving others truly. It comes from the desire to help others, a deep sense of compassion, and a very strong willingness to make impact in people's lives. But on the other hand, being nice is usually driven by a kind of societal expectation and a desire to be liked by other people at the expense of yourself. So it's not like you really care for others. It's not like you really like these people. It's not like you really give a damn about them, but you want to be liked by them. You want them to accept you. You want to please them. And so the things that you do are not from a place of genuine love or care. It's just your way of maintaining positive interaction without necessarily coming from a place of true empathy. You are agreeable. You are polite. You avoid conflict because you want to maintain peace. You don't want problems. You don't want anybody to fight with you, even if this comes at the cost of your own needs. So you say yes even when you don't want to. You can never bring yourself to say no to someone because you are overly concerned about how they feel. You lie. You sugarcoat feedback. You are not sincere. When somebody's asking you, oh, how is this thing? You just lie so that they can feel good. And then you avoid difficult conversations. But when you are kind, you have genuine care for other people, even if it means not being agreeable with them for a season. Even if it means that people are going to have difficult conversations, people are not going to like each other for a while, but you genuinely care for other people. Kindness makes you do what is right, whether it is comfortable or not. Kind people set boundaries. They give genuine feedback, of course with compassion. And they will rather help you grow than keep peace. I mean, they will rather tell you the truth. They will rather say what you need to hear than keep quiet so that both of you can laugh, so that both of you can be friends, so that they can please you. What you want to be is kind, not nice. And I'm going to show you why I said nice people don't grow. First, because they are very afraid of saying no. That means that they tend to be people pleasers. They are the ones that always say yes to extra work, people's last minute requests and favors, even if it will stretch them thin. A lot of times, we always mistake them as team players. Oh, I can count on this person whenever I need them. Oh, the entire team can count on them. But it's not really that they care about you. They don't just know how to say no so that they're not going to be the bad person. At the end of the day, because they've taken so much of what they should not take, they would not have any room for their own personal or professional development. If you are this kind of person, because you continue to overcommit, you continue to take up things you're supposed to say no to, because you don't have time for your own personal development, you will start to burn out. You would have decreased productivity, and then you have little or no opportunity to focus on strategic career moves. And the people that you are people pleasing, the people that you are trying to get into their books, they don't really care about you like that. I'm not saying don't help people when you can. I'm just saying know what to take on and what not to take on. Know when to say no. Prioritize yourself. You are important too. Your own career is important too. Your development is important too. So if you need to take out time to do things for your own self, it doesn't make you a bad person. The funny thing is that it doesn't mean that these other people that you're trying to please will not accept you, because a lot of times the problem is not them. The problem is you. The problem is not them, because they see that you are available and that's why they will continue to ask. They're not really doing anything bad. They're just taking advantage of an opportunity that is available. But for you, it is killing you. But you don't want to make them feel bad, so you continue to stretch yourself thin. I'm saying this because the day that you decide not to be available, the day that you decide to prioritize yourself, your development, your health, is the day that you realize that they could pull these things off themselves, or they could get somebody else. You need to make out time for your growth. You need to prioritize your own growth. Another reason why nice people don't grow is because they avoid conflicts. And I say this with all humility because I have been there too. But you are not going to grow if you don't have difficult conversations. There's no way to escape it. You are going to have to negotiate salaries or negotiate payment. You are going to need to address unfair treatment. You are going to need to speak up when people don't treat you right. You are going to need to push back when people are having unrealistic expectations. Because a lot of times it just happens to them. They just feel like, oh, this person should be able to do this and that. But it is your duty as a person to be able to have a schedule and to communicate what you are available to do and what you are not available to do. It is your responsibility to manage people's expectations of you so that you don't put yourself in a bad place. That confrontation that you are avoiding, that you are shying away from, it may not even end up badly. It may even be that the other person that you're supposed to speak to is not seeing what they are doing that is wrong until you have that conversation. And it could be the thing that leads to all the better opportunities that you are seeking. You see, in workplaces, in business settings, people that advocate for themselves, they tend to progress faster than every other person. You don't have to always be the yes person in the room. If you have a different opinion about something, it's okay to state it. Another reason why nice people don't grow is because they never get to ask for what they deserve. They have this assumption that your good works is going to get you noticed. You assume that as long as you are doing your job well, the promotion, the races, the recognition is going to follow naturally, but it doesn't work that way. A lot of times, the people that move ahead are people that confidently advocate for themselves. When they make progress, they note it and they speak about it. That's the difference between you and them. So the reason why you were not promoted, the reason why you were not recognized is because you did a good job, but you did not point it out. You did not speak about it. You did not promote it. You have to promote your good works before people can promote you. So whatever you are doing that you know that is good, that is beneficial to your organization, to your business, or to whatever it is that you do, note them and speak about them. Confidently advocate for yourself. If you feel like you are doing such a good job, you deserve a raise. Present your facts and ask for it. Because if you continue like this, you are going to remain in the background, waiting for opportunities that will never come. There's a lot that is going on in people's mind and in the world. You cannot just sit down and assume that everybody is going to notice you and the work that you do. Be intentional about advocating for yourself. Nice people don't also grow because they prioritize other people over themselves every single time. Are there times where you need to put others first? Yes. But you cannot do that continuously without ever putting yourself first. Your generosity is very, very commendable. But what I'm just saying is don't try to please people so much that you ignore your own growth in the process. Because you get to a point where you will no longer have anything to give again. Because you cannot give what you don't have. If you know that you want to continually put yourself in a position where you are going to always have something to offer people, always have some kind of value that you can add to other people, and you're going to have to put yourself in a place where you can grow, where you can feed yourself, feed your mind, feed your body, feed your spirit too. Because you cannot give what you don't have. Even if you feel like you have a certain amount of knowledge that you can share with people, or some kind of expertise that you can use to help people currently, if you continue to help so much that you don't make out time for yourself to grow, to learn more, you will get to a point where you'll be exhausted. When you get exhausted, when people see that they've gotten to the end of you and there's nothing to get again from you, you'll be jumped. And they will move on to other people who have more value to offer. So while your generosity is commendable, while you are the one that's always showing up for the team, taking extra work, mentoring others, helping others, make sure that you are making out time to refuel. Make sure that there's a particular part of your time that is catering to you, that is catering to your growth, that is catering to your spirit, to your soul. Are you reading books? Are you taking courses? Do you have time to still learn despite the amount of impact that you are making? See, the moment you stop learning, the moment you stop feeding yourself, your impact has a ceiling. The moment everybody hits that ceiling, they will move. Another reason why nice people don't grow is because they are very comfortable with stability. Growth is not so comfortable. Sometimes you have to step into the unknown. You have to take risk. And sometimes you have to fail. But many nice people prefer that stability over uncertainty. You would rather choose a sense of security instead of stretching yourself. You want to remain safe. You don't want to go to unfamiliar environment. You don't want to do anything that is unfamiliar. You just want to keep yourself in the safest place possible. It would limit your potential. If you want to experience faster growth, you are going to learn to have to take risk. You are going to have to move forward even when you don't know what next. Even when you don't know if everything you planned out in your head is going to work out as you have planned. You are going to have to choose risk, choose experimentation, choose all of these things instead of being stagnant. You are going to have to try. Another reason why your niceness is not going to allow you to grow is because you underestimate your value a lot. You feel like it is pride to promote yourself. You don't like self-promotion. And I get it. I've been there. So you always stylishly want to downplay your achievements because you want to sound humble. Yeah. You don't want to talk about your strength. You don't even want to take credit for the work that you have done. Some of you don't even like to receive compliments. Somebody saying, oh, you've done this thing and it's awesome. You say, no, it's not me. Oh. The funny thing is that it's not like you are humble. You just want people to like you. But taking credit for your work does not make you any less likable. See, in fact, people respect you when you respect your work. People like you when they know that you know what you can do and you know the value that you can bring to the table. That's what makes them recommend you. But every time somebody tries to compliment you or somebody tries to recognize you for your work, you just shrink. Even if you don't like self-promotion, even if you feel like, oh, self-promotion is this and that, when it comes to big opportunities, you need visibility and people need to know what you can do. You cannot enter into some places or take over some opportunities if you keep hiding your light under a bushel. If people cannot recognize your contribution, if people cannot recognize your value, if people cannot recognize what you bring to the table, if people cannot quantify the results that you offer, they cannot recommend you. You cannot even be recommended for leadership positions. You cannot be recommended for business opportunities. You cannot be recommended for anything because nobody knows what you can do. I need you to learn to set boundaries and say no when it is necessary. I need you to embrace discomfort as a sign of growth. I need you to start speaking up about your achievements and asking for what you deserve. I need you to prioritize your own development even while you are helping others. I need you to recognize your own value and showcase your expertise. I'm not saying that you need to become aggressive or you need to become a terrible person to succeed. I just want you to pair your kindness with self-awareness and courage. Because when you do that, your growth will become unstoppable and it will also become visible. I hope you've learned one or two things from this video. If you have, please like, share, subscribe. Tell me one thing you are going to do differently from this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the comment section. Bye-bye.